So let me tell you something crazy about fluoride in water and autism. You know how autism rates have been rising like crazy, right? Well, some people think fluoride in our water could actually be part of the problem. Let's go back to the beginning. Autism was first described in the 1940s by Leo Kanner and Hans Asperger. They found these kids who were struggling with social interaction, communication, and repetitive behaviors. Back then, it was super rare. Like 1 in 2,500 kids in the 80s. Fast forward to today. It's like 1 in 44. Mind-blowing. Right. And here's the kicker. At the same time autism rates were going up, fluoride was being added to our water. Fluoride started getting attention around the early 1900s. With this dentist, Frederick Mackay in Colorado, noticing that people in areas with high fluoride had fewer cavities. But he also noticed they had something called Colorado brown stain, aka dental fluorosis. So the research picked up. By the 1930s, Trendley Dean figured out if you control fluoride levels in water, like 1 part per million, you could prevent cavities without messing up people's teeth. Grand Rapids, Michigan, was the first city to add fluoride to its water in 1945. And boom, the trend took off. But it wasn't just about healthier teeth. Oh no. Big industries like aluminum and phosphate mining were making a ton of fluoride as a byproduct. And they didn't know what to do with it. They couldn't just dump it. It's toxic AF. So, they had this brilliant idea. Why not put it in the water? Right. Problem solved. People like Oscar Ewing, a lawyer for the aluminum industry, played a big role in pushing this idea. He became head of the Federal Security Agency in 1947 and pushed the fluoride thing hard. And hey, suddenly the toxic industrial waste became something good for public health. But was it really good? Or were we all being played? So here's the shady part. The fluoride we use in water fluoridation isn't the clean stuff they show you in those smiley dental ads. It's mostly hydrofluorosilicic acid, a byproduct from fertilizer production. Yeah. They take the nasty stuff and dilute it in the water. Before this, they had to spend loads of cash disposing of it. But now, thanks to the dental benefits narrative, they found a way to get rid of it cheaply. And you know what's wild? Studies have been coming out saying that fluoride might not be as harmless as they want us to believe, especially when it comes to brain development. There was a 2019 study that found kids exposed to higher fluoride levels during pregnancy had lower IQ scores by the time they were toddlers. Plus, in 2014, Grandjean and Landrigan classified fluoride as a developmental neurotoxin, meaning it could mess with kids' cognitive development. And get this. Regions with higher fluoride levels in water also tend to have higher rates of autism. That's no coincidence. Right. Now, let's talk numbers. In 1945, hardly any cities were fluoridated. 60s. Over 50% of the U.S. had fluoride in their water. Today, it's almost 75%. Meanwhile, autism rates went from super rare to skyrocketing by 80s and 90s. Between 1970 and 2000, autism diagnoses jumped more than 600%. Fluoride exposure increased. Autism diagnoses exploded. Coincidence? So here's the deal. We're not saying fluoride directly causes autism. But come on. There's enough smoke here to think there's some fire. Fluoride is a neurotoxin. And it's in our water. Maybe it's time to rethink what we're drinking.